back. Hey, who made that ball? Come on. Girls, stop in the box. Hey, stop in the yard. Play the ball out behind you. Aaron, step back. Good. In line. Hey, all the balls over that way. Go, Ashley, go, Ashley.
Are the other team over there?
This is over on the other side. Finish. Step out, Ashley. You have to come out thin. Nice shot. Go, go, go.
Okay, everybody in! Quickly run to me, run to me!
From the Coronado K's, I'm Greg Porter. It's the 1996 Presidio County Cup. We're happy to be here at the Coronado K's for this matchup between San Marcos and Scripps United. Let's get the lineups for Scripps United first. They are head coached by Chris Volk and Rick Madsen. Number 2 will be Kerry Von Kolanowski at a forward position. Number 3 will be Leslie Weiler at midfield. Number 4 is Kristen Madsen at mid. 5 is Lindsay Christopherson at defender. 6 is Tina Fariba at mid forward. 7 is Lisa McKeon at forward. 8 is Jamie Ewald at defender. 9 is Emily Shaw today at defender stopper position. Number 10 is Erin Stites for Scripps United at the forward position. Allison Tiley is defender. Asia Sims is a midfielder. 13 is Kristen Williams at goalie. Tiley is 11 and Stites is 10. 14 is Arlene Stoll. She will not be playing today because she has an injured and broken foot. And 15 is Megan Allman. Okay, now let's get the lineup for San Marcos today. San Marcos is head coached by Vanessa Starcher, assisted by Greg Starcher, and a manager is Steve Butcher, or Bucher, that is. The goalie will be Ashley Bucher. Number 1 is Abby Rosenthal. Number 00 is Melissa Barnes. Number 2 is Chelsea Knight. Number 3 is Holly Bramble. Number 4 is Nicole Meyer. Number 5 is Brittany Johnson. Number 6 is Shannon Schweitzer. Number 7 is Courtney Stout. 8 is Jessica Morgan. Number 9 is Tara Arce as the game starts. Number 11 is Kara Zaidama. Number 14 is Amy Clisby. Number 16 has the ball going towards the 18-yard box, but there was an offsides call there by the center linesman, Tom Phillips. Genevieve Olwell is number 16, and number 21 is Ashley Gray for San Marcos. San Marcos, they are in the all-blue outfits, and Scripps United is in the white and blue. And now the goaltender for Scripps United. That's Kirsten Williams. And now pushing it as a shot and a save. Actually, that last goal kick for Scripps United was Erin Stites. Putting pressure now, San Marcos to the far side. Ashley Gray sends it, and it's off the backside of the net and out of play. No score in a soccer match. Presidio County Cup, girls under 12B. Scripps United came out of Group C, and Group A is where San Marcos came out of. San Marcos gaining 9 points in winning Group A. They beat Lake Elsinore 2-0, as you'll see this corner kick. And it's off the body of a defender and out of play. La Jolla, San Marcos beat La Jolla 5-1, and then in the third matchup they beat the San Diego Crusaders 3-1, and then in the semifinal they beat Poway 3-0. And this one is off the side of the net again by San Marcos. And now Scripps United will get the chance for the goal kick, as there was a couple of corner kicks there and they were not able to connect.
Win the ball, girls. Come on.
Here's a goal kick now.
Come on, let's run it. Let's go, girls.
Aaron Stites intercepted and sent back into the defensive third of Scripps United. As it goes out of play now, and it will be another corner kick for San Marcos. Early in the contest, they play 30-minute halves, and the girls under 12. Off a San Marcos player, and now Scripps United kept in, deep. Scripps United still having to play defense on a near side there. San Marcos, Courtney Stout, and it goes inside, and is saved there by the goaltender, Kristen Williams. And she kicks it up field now. Scripps United got here by beating the Rebels 1-0. Then they lost to the Extreme 2-1, as playing a far corner there, 0-0. Melissa Barnes trying to chase it down and keep it in. Barnes still with a foot. Barnes from the corner, and she kicks it out of play, so it'll be a goal kick for Scripps United. Still no score in the soccer match here from the Coronado K's. Little breezy. The breeze going from left to right across the field. And that's coming off the ocean here, as we are just across the highway. Here, the Silver Strand Beach, just around a corner over here in Coronado area. Scripps United, in their third game, they beat the Brats 4-3, and then they came back and beat PQ Express this morning 5-1, and they won 6 points. They actually ended up tied with the Brats, but on head-to-head competition, by beating them, they won that bracket. And so now playing in the defensive half for San Marcos now. As Scripps United will try their counterattack. Intercepted. San Marcos pushing it up to the middle of the field, but it is long ball into and bounces back around a couple of defenders. Now Scripps United to play to the outside. Lisa McKeon now towards the 18-yard box in the center. Here's the shot. It curves, and a save there by the goaltender, Ashley Bucher. It'll be a free kick, a violation against Scripps United. So San Marcos from just outside their semicircle in the 18-yard box. This boot is sent towards the middle of the field now, towards the outside. Pushing it up and advancing now is Melissa Barnes. Barnes has the ball taken away and sent back up, but intercepted and sent back towards the defensive third now. Marcos, a couple of bodies there banging, but Scripps United comes out with it, a defender. Leslie Weiler kicks it, and it goes off a body, and number 16, Genevieve Olwell, will try and throw it in. We have a substitution for the far side. And now the center linesman, Tom Phillips, making sure that they do the substitutions correctly. And he wants to make sure the girls come in when he says they come in, and that is the correct way to do it. And the substitution that came into the contest for San Marcos was Tara Arce. Scripps United now. This year they have the coaches, as you saw a few moments ago, on the far side of the field away from the parents, so they can keep their team all coordinated together, and they don't have the interference with their parents on the far side. To the far side now, and Scripps United, but there was a violation against Scripps, so San Marcos now will have the free kick. No score in a soccer match. Greg Porter, happy to be with you, and this one is sent right on target, and goaltender Kristen Williams had to make the save. San Marcos still able to keep it in the defensive half of Scripps and still applying the pressure over there. Kara Zaidema and Allison Tilley against each other. The ball goes out of play. San Marcos does not get the favor of it, so Scripps United, with no score here in the first half, will get the goal kick. And this one is a line drive intercepted by San Marcos, but then picked up by a defender and sent across midfield now. A couple of Scripps players rotating towards the outside to keep the pressure in. And it rotates over to Melissa Barnes. Barnes on the far side, Barnes advancing. Barnes still pushing the ball up the field, being marked there closely by Lindsay Christofferson. And it is intercepted and sent back upfield as Barnes' try was derailed, and this one is kicked out of play now by Jessica Morgan. Morgan playing defense over there. In the midfield action. San Marcos again trying to keep that favor going that they have had in the first half of play inside a defensive zone of Scripps. Megan Allman kind of playing a little bit of cat and mouse over there, and now the Scripps United has the opportunity here inside the 18-yard box, but it's intercepted and sent upfield. Trying to get her foot on it was Leslie Weiler, but she couldn't do it. Now she gets help from Allison Tilley to try to keep it in, and a defensive violation with the body, so it's going to be a free kick for Scripps United as they keep the action now inside the defensive half of San Marcos. Emily Shaw. Shaw looking for a teammate, and she finds one. Here's the shot on goal and a score. Lisa McKeon. McKeon scores the goal off of Shaw's strong pass inside the 18-yard box, and Shaw just found a corner of the net, and it is 1-0 in favor of Scripps United. And they draw the first score in this contest. And now we'll have the start at the middle of the field as San Marcos, who has drawn the favor of action in the first half, in that defensive half, has a save there is done by Kristen Williams. But San Marcos now, here is a pass over in the corner, but it's too far. It was intended that time for Kara Zaidema, and she ran out of real estate. And so now it is going to be a throw-in. for Scripps United, who lead in this contest. Taking opportunities. This one is sent to the near side now. Scripps United. And it's kicked out of play. In the middle of the field now, San Marcos intercepted Emily Shaw. Keeping the counterattack going and now putting pressure as a lot of blue bodies in the middle of the field and trying to not allow Scripps to get by. And they say it was off the body of Kara von Kolanowski. Throw in by Courtney Stout. And with the body now, so it's going to be a free kick. And center ref Tom Phillips now going to start keeping track of some of the violations with the body now that are becoming a little bit too rough out there in the soccer field. To the outside is Melissa Barnes. Melissa Barnes, 0-0, centers it toward the 18-yard box, intercepted by Scripps, and it's going to be a violation against San Marcos, and now Scripps will have the free kick just outside at semicircle. With number 9, Emily Shaw, teeing it up again. Remember, Shaw had the assist on a goal of Lisa McKeon's. To the outside, and now this one is kicked out of play. Goaltender Ashley Bucher coming way out of her line, and kicking this one out of play. So now Scripps United will have the throw in. Keeping it inside a play to the far side now. Emily Shaw rolling it towards the 18-yard box. A few defenders there for San Marcos to get it out of danger, but Shaw intercepts again. And now there's 3 players right there in the middle around the ball. They shoot it towards the goaltender, Bucher, but she makes the save. Allison Tilley. And this one is sent on a long ball down over here to von Kolanowski, and it goes off the defender. So von Kolanowski and her teammates will be able to throw it in. Leslie Weiler. This one intercepted by San Marcos and kicked out of play, but Scripps United will have the pressure on again. They lead in the contest 1-0 here in the first half of action at the Coronado Cays. Greg Porter, happy to be with you for George Langevin Video Sports Production. In the corner with Megan Allman, and intercepted. Allman trying an offensive threat from the left side of that 18-yard box, but the defender was there to cover and get it out of danger. And now here's Melissa Barnes. Barnes with a head of steam. Barnes goes around the defender there, Jamie Ewald. Ewald comes back to try to help out. Barnes circles around and kicks it, and a save made at the last moment by Kristen Williams. Ewald having a hard time with Barnes, and Barnes made a few nice moves there and got a pretty decent shot on the low side, but Williams was able to make the save. And now this one goes out of play to the far side. Jeff Thiep over there doing the linesman duties. He called that one. And we have a substitution there coming in. Coming in, I believe, was Aaron Stites now for Scripps. And Stites will have a chance to try to run it down. Asia Sims now, and Sims feeds it over to Megan Allman. Allman from the corner, and coming off the line to make the save again was Ashley Bucher. Kicked out of play, and so Just playing a little bit of defense there, Scripps, and San Marcos will have the throw in from their side now. But Scripps having the offensive players, they intercept, and now goes to the weak side of their offense, and now Barnes has it. Barnes has provided a lot of thrills now. Barnes on a long shot, but this one is going to be wide. Barnes took this one from about 10 yards outside the 18-yard box, or 28 yards in total, and it was too far to the far post. So now the goal kick for Scripps United, who lead in this contest 1-0. Shaw, the goal kick. This one is sent over, but Kristen Williams will be able to make the save. Shaw again with the goal kick. That little rectangular box inside the 18-yard box, the corner of it is where she's kicking it from. And this one is past the defenders. And so the forward's trying to run it down, but the defenders get back. It was a 2-on-3 and kicked off to the near side over here. A throw in, though, for Scripps. And kicked out of play there on a fine defensive job by Olwell. And now here we go with a throw in. And this is a good throw in. It bounces a couple of times inside the box, but San Marcos players around a soccer ball, and they're able to get it out of there quickly. Up in the air now, and here's a long ball sent across midfield. Running it down there, Brittany Johnson. Johnson against two defenders, and she might have been bodied, and she was. She gets a free kick from there. Both defenders trying to mark her, but a little bit too closely there, and so she'll get a free kick for her team. Taking it is Courtney Stout. Courtney Stout wanted to try to get an offensive play here that might result in a goal as they're down 1-0. Stout on one bounce gets it towards the corner of the box. It rotates over to the outside now. San Marcos still keeping it in, and it's not able to be run down, and so it'll be a throw in again for San Marcos. San Marcos, the offense, rotating here to the outside, to the near side, and the right side of the goal. Just outside the semicircle now, and inside the box, in the corner, here's a shot and a save. Barnes again to try to run it down. Barnes under pressure being marked, she shoots it again and a save. Barnes a lot of pressure and a couple of shots on Williams, but Williams is able to make the save. Barnes has been tough from the outside of that 18-yard box for San Marcos. This one sent across midfield and kicked out of play by Nicole Meyer. 1-0, Scripps United in white and blue leading this contest here in the first half. Time moving towards that halftime intermission. San Marcos now. Scripps United sent in toward the 18-yard box, always dangerous, and this one is saved on a low side. Not a lot of power on that ball, Leslie Weiler, but she shot it anyway, and you want to make the goaltender make a play on a ball, and now this time a goaltender for Scripps United has to do just that, Kirsten Williams. Williams, a lot of hang time on that ball, kicked out of play by Tara Arce. That ball just kind of died in the air because of the wind. And now sent into the defensive half of San Marcos, but on a ricochet goes off of the Scripps United player. And rolling towards the 18-yard box now, Melissa Barnes trying to hunt it down, but the defender got to it first, but Barnes is still on it now. Barnes trying to use her controlling of the ball abilities, and it was intercepted and sent back upfield, but sent over in Barnes' area, and now running it down. Doing a fine job, though, over there. When she has to is Ewald. Jamie Ewald And now here's Shaw. Shaw, the other part of that defensive force back there, gives it a good kick. And it goes out of play, though. Couldn't get a player to touch it and keep it in play, so now San Marcos will get the advantage here. Intercepted, but this one is sent over to Williams, and she has to make a save. That's what happens sometimes. You get that free kick, and then you don't get a teammate to keep it in. The other team, a couple of touches, and now they got a shot on goal, and here's another one. Save. This one now, and it's going to be an onside play, but getting back to make the nice play that time was Nicole Meyer. Meyer had to make the play on Aaron Stites, and here's Stites again, but this time it's going to be the offsides call as Jeff Thiep calls it from his linesman position over there on the far side. San Marcos, and it's sent inside a Scripps defensive half as they have played defense quite a bit in this first half. They still have the 1-0 lead. Lots of playing time still left in the game, though. Still got to play another 30-minute half and whatever's remaining in this one. And the San Marcos Ball Club, a team that is able to put the ball in the net just as United can. Watching the finals of the Presidio County Cup here in 1996. A nice, clear day here in January as Melissa Barnes trying to run it down. Melissa Barnes again, but Barnes shot and a save, and Williams gets on the rebound. Nice play by Kirsten Williams. So Kirsten Williams makes the save on that play. And here's a long ball sent over in the corner. Couple of girls trying to running it down, and San Marcos going to get to it first, and it's going to go in favor of Scripps United for another offensive try. And their counterattack after having that shot against Kristen Williams a few moments ago. San Marcos now trying to move it and advance it out of their own half of the field, and it is sent down in the corner. Nobody there, so Scripps United will have the throw-in. Courtney Stout now. Stout running it down over the corner. Stout still on the ball. Stout around two defenders, and this one will go out of play. And they say it's going to be a corner kick as it went off of the United defenders. Unofficially, the fourth corner kick in the contest now for San Marcos in the first half. Teed up there by Ashley Gray. Gray on a line drive in the box. It's up in the air, and Kristen Williams will make the save. Had to wait for it to come down, but Williams was there to make the save. Unofficially the seventh save of the first half for Kristen Williams, or very close to that. Don't have a statistician here, but try to do the best we can with it. Here's a throw in for Scripps United. And to the far side, Megan Allman. Allman sends a long ball and has to play it as Genevieve Olwell. Olwell in the corner, and Olwell kicks it out of play. So Olwell had to get back on that ball, as she was the only defender back for San Marcos on that play. And alertly, she gets it out of danger to get a restart for Scripps and some help defensively as Sims back to Allman. It ricochets in a box and a shot over the corner. Just missed on that opportunity. And that shot, I believe, was taken by Tina Fariba. And we might have some substitutions there. On the far side, San Marcos is substituting. Number 9 is coming out of there. And that's Tara Arce. And coming into the contest as we'll get a chance to see her number in a moment. As play is towards the 18-yard box. Now San Marcos coming into the contest was Courtney Stout, I believe. And this one is kicked out of play by San Marcos. Off around Olwell in the corner now. And kicked out of danger again by San Marcos. Scripps applying the pressure here in the last couple of minutes as they lead in this contest 1-0, trying to maybe get another one. Here's going to be a throw-in now. Throw-in off the foot of one of the Scripps players, and then Olwell to her teammate. They kick it out of the 18-yard box, still trying to put pressure there is Leslie Weiler. Weiler under a lot of pressure, and then they kick it out of play. San Marcos does that again. Still lead 1-0. Coronado K's with 3 fields. Real nice area here in Coronado. And this one intercepted inside the box. And here's a long ball play to the middle of the field. But coming up and making the play there was Jamie Ewald. But they're able to keep it going, and they're trying to get it to Barnes. Barnes with a head of steam. Barnes trying to get it. It is kicked off of the foot of the defender. It actually was out of play, so they're going to get a corner kick. Taking it is Ashley Gray. The 5th corner kick here in the first half. Gray now. It's intercepted by the United player and sent upfield, and it goes out of play before their teammate can get to it. So San Marcos, another offensive try over in the corner now. Asia Sims, and Sims watched it goes out of play, and now it'll be a goal kick. And we may have a substitution. Let's see. We're going to have a substitution. And there's going to be 2 players coming out of the contest. Number 7 is into the contest for Scripps. And Von Kalinowski is into the contest. Lisa McKeon is number 7. So McKeon at the forward position, who scored the lone goal here in the first half. And there's a couple of bodies going down. They say play on. Into the defensive half of San Marcos, and kicked out of there by Holly Bramble. Bramble again on her foot, and she can't keep it in, so United continues to move up the field. Megan Allman. Allman, a nice strong throw, and this one is intercepted, goes out of play. And there's the double whistle, signifying the end of the first half of action here at Coronado K's. We hope you enjoyed the first half of action, and we'll be back with a little bit of video of what the girls do at halftime, or what they'll be listening to, and we'll come back with the second half action, so stick around.
I want you, hey, listen. Girls, listen please. Hey, until you hear a whistle blow, you continue to play. Yes, Tina got fouled here, okay? Tina got fouled here, but the ball went to who? It went to Lisa's feet. We still have advantage. Why stop the game if we've still got the ball? Keep playing, okay? Now listen, what we need to do a little bit more of, girls, hey, and Leslie had a ball here on this side, and she looked for the switch, but she just didn't get that ball off. Hey, that's fine. You put a ball through here, okay? Same thing's true on this side. Take the ball here and look to play across. Leslie's had a couple chances. Hey, Les, remember I talked after the first game this morning. When the ball comes to me,
I tried to take
I know.
a touch and then she got it.
Okay, take a hop, take a touch, set yourself up, and then go in. Okay? Yes.
Like basically Tina did to trick a lot. And
Hey.
sometimes he calls it sometimes like
Okay. So what? Okay. So listen. Hold on. Listen. Are you going to be able to do anything to make him call the game more? No. What can you do? No. You can play more aggressively, okay? And you can play harder, okay?
Hey, you guys know this. This team is not very good. Okay, they got a lucky goal, kind of let ourselves down, get flustered, stuff like that. Just come out new half, okay? New half. You know, they scored against the win, you guys did too. Okay? It's no big deal. I don't think the win's much of a factor because it's kind of crossed. Don't let yourself down out there. Play okay, okay? You should have fun. When you come off the field, yeah, okay, you know, you're going to have fun because you know your heart. Alright? Are we going to play a single
Come on, strikers!
Scripps going from left to right, and San Marcos going from right to left on your video screen. The strikers behind in this contest of San Marcos, 1-0 to Scripps United in the white and blue. And this one is kicked out of play on the defensive side of Scripps. The Presidio County Cup. And lots of teams have entered this county tournament for 1996. They've come all the way from Lake Elsinore, all the way down to South Bay, Chula Vista area. And there's been a lot of good play as play in soccer in this country continues to get better and better every year. Here is the corner kick. This one is defended there by Sims. San Marcos inside the box. And a couple of players. And Scripps United is able to get it out of danger as their crowd gives them a round of applause. San Marcos, a very good ball club coming in here, winning their bracket in Group A, not losing a game and getting all 9 points. And beating Lake Elsinore 2-0, the La Jolla Nomads 5-1, the Crusaders of San Diego 3-1, and then in the semifinals beating Poway, very good club 3-0. Of course, Scripps United did the job in getting here by beating the Rebels 1-0. They lost to the Extreme though 2-1 in their second game. Came back to beat the Brats in a hotly contested matchup 4-3, and then they beat the PQ Express earlier today 5-1 with an explosion of goals, in which Express was a very good ball club. And there's an offsides violation. United winning Group C, and they did it on head-to-head competition as they were tied with the Brats, and they had the victory against them, so they were allowed to move on. Chris Volk's ball club, and they lead in this contest 1-0, almost a handball. Here's the action again inside the defensive half, and this ball kind of has the English that doesn't get across midfield, and Megan Allman putting pressure, and it goes to the outside. San Marcos to throw in. Genevieve Olwell intercepted and now out of play there. Couple of minutes gone here in the last 30-minute stanza of the contest. A throw-in by Scripps United. They're trying to hold on. Ashley Gray now with the advance pass. And it was a little too far for her teammate, and it's intercepted, kicked out of play by United. San Marcos, head coached by Vanessa Starcher, along with her assistant, her husband Greg Starcher, and a manager, Steve Bucher. Steve is daughter Ashley playing in the goal nets for San Marcos. Kristen Williams in the kind of a lime green jersey. Over there in the net, watching the goal kick just to the left and just past the semicircle now, but San Marcos able to turn it, keep it in to the outside now. Allison Tilley playing defense over there and doing a fine job. It goes out of play, and San Marcos will restart it from the throw-in over there on the far side next to the refereeing crew in this one, Jeff Feet. He's to the far side. Jason Sloan doing the duties of the near side on the linesman. And in the middle there is Tom Phillips watching the play and the ball go by him in his championship game. And it's sent over here towards the near side and out of play. Scripps United cannot run it down. You're watching girls under 12. They call it B, but these are basically AAA teams. A young team in the form of San Marcos. They've only been around 3 years, but accomplished a lot. And this one kicked out of play. And Scripps United, a ball club that has been successful for a long time. They're going to be trying to look on the throw-in for somebody, and Sims could not get a hold of that ball as it's kicked out of play. And so now it is going to be a corner kick. Okay, a corner kick now for, I believe this was the first one here in the second one here in the second half. It's teed up there for Megan Allman. Allman, a lot of air underneath the ball. It goes off a defender. San Marcos' strikers able to get it to the wide side and send it up. Great trying to get it. It's intercepted. Now here's a shot and a save. And a rebound is quickly collected there by Ashley Bucher. And San Marcos sends the long ball now to get a counterattack going. Scripps United still applying the pressure. McKeon shoots and a score! As the goaltender, Bucher came out, tried to cut off the angle, and McKeon scores the goal, and it is now 2-0. Second goal in the contest for number 7. And the first goal here in the second half for either team. And out of strikers, down by a couple. Let's see what they can counter with as they get it started here. Still plenty of time to play here in the second half. But San Marcos has got their work cut out for him now. Trying to move it down there. Brittany Johnson, and a shot just wide in the 18-yard box. Johnson with pressure. Oftentimes you want to try and get that pressure right after the other team scores because they kind of relax just a little bit. And if you can sneak one in on them, you're right back in a ball game. In this case, the lead would be cut in half. This one is a goal kick. Shaw and Sims now lobs it up in the air. Intercepted by San Marcos now. Sims again. Sims another tries, is blocked off a defender. And McKeon is trying to run it down now. McKeon, and this one is kicked out of play. It's been Barnes on the other side, and it's been McKeon on his side for Scripps. Actually, McKeon scored the first goal in this goal net on this side of the field that you see here as Bucher kicks it out. Scripps United now trying to get it around a couple of defenders there. That wall in the 18-yard box, it goes to the outside and out of play. Allman will throw it in for Scripps. On one bounce over to the interior defense and kicked out of play. And so now it'll be a CK, a corner kick. Allman will do the duty of the corner kick, as she has a strong enough foot to get that ball deep. And the last time she had an opportunity there, that ball had to be headed out right near the touchline by Marcos' defender. Here it is again, and it's right there. Scripps United lobbed up in the air, and it's over the net. Nice opportunity, though, by Scripps United, as, again, getting a good corner kick was Allman. And Bucher not really having much success with their defenders to try and intercept that ball by Allman in the last two attempts. They have been right there on target. As this one is knocked out of play by Bramble. And now trying to chase it down is Jessica Morgan. And Morgan goes down as McKeon racing after it. Lisa running back there in your picture with the 2 goals, number 8 or number 7. Substitution now coming in is Von Kalinowski for Scripps. Goes out of play, and here's Fariba with a throw in. Tina Fariba. And it was an illegal throw-in. You can't leave your feet once that ball is being tossed in.
Good job, Lindsay! Hey, what about that? Yeah!
And a violation. Barnes coming up. And so now it's going to be a free kick. About 10 yards outside of the box. Emily Shaw. Shaw looking for McKeon. It's up in the air, but Bucher will make the save. Barnes trying to keep it in and does a fine job. Nice play by Melissa Barnes. And the ball on a long ball is being chased down. But right there is Ashley Gray. Gray sends it to the outside for offense. And this one is sent out of play now, as Kara Zeidema wasn't able to control it enough to get it back to Gray on a give and go. So it will be a goal kick again for Scripps. They've had quite a few of them in this contest, mostly in the first half.
Go, Megan!
11 minutes gone here in the second half of play unofficially. They keep the official time in the hand of Tom Phillips, the center ref. And it goes out of play. 2-0 is the score in favor of Scripps United. They've got 1 goal in the first half by McKeon, and then they've got 1 in the second half by her, and it is 2-0. The sent over in the corner, but Bucher is able to make the save. And Bucher has had to make more saves so far here in the first half. In the second half, I believe. And then she had to make early on in the first half of action. We'll get that straight. Gray now trying to run it down. Gray is bodied, and that ball is sent over in the corner. And Olwell sends it out of play. So it'll be a throw-in now for Scripps. And a substitution coming into the contest for Scripps United. I'll get that number for you in a second here. I believe it is number 4. And that's Kristen Matson.
Good job, Jamie!
Kristen Matson now, and as she will see the ball come right near her, and now the play in the foot of Barnes. Barnes makes a nice move. Barnes shoots and a save made on the play. Kristen Williams making the save. And obviously that ball was slowed down a little bit because of the wind, the shot against the wind, giving Williams an opportunity, but then again at the same time that wind playing a little trick on the ball, and that one almost was a little bit too tough to find a handle on. Still 2-0 in favor of Scripps. Ajo Sims over to Barnes, and Barnes on her opportunity inside the box. Ball kicked out of play. Don't ever want to have a violation inside the box, because guess what happens? It's a penalty kick. And it is now. And if you don't know what a penalty kick, it's one-on-one with the offensive player and the goaltender. Like a penalty shot in hockey, same thing. 15 coming down, and that's Allman. Allman, who's had some good corner kicks, and this one is intercepted and sent out of play. Doing a fine job there was Jessica Morgan. Defender. Coming over to help out was Bramble that time. It goes off her body, and another throw in for Scripps United. Only half of the second half is left to play in this contest, and still 2-0 Scripps leads here at the Coronado Caves in the Presidio County Cup for '96. This one in the 18-yard box, in trouble is San Marcos defenders, but they are able to get the ball up in the air and try and control, and it goes out of play. Covering well for each other that time. Courtney Stout over there to help out. And now running in the box there is Lisa Christofferson. And this one is kicked out by Olwell. And it's going to be a corner kick. Corner kick again. 2-0 score as Megan Allman will take the duties again on a corner kick. This is the third corner kick for her in the second half. And they have been good ones. This one up in the air, one bounce, and a head attempt and a save. Nice try, but it's still deep in that box. And now trying to come out with it there is Meyer, Nicole Meyer, and she kicks it out of play, but it's still running towards the box. Here's a shot, and McKeon might have scored again, and she does. Lisa McKeon just saw that ball come towards her, turned her hips, and got some trajectory on the shot to tuck it in the far post, and McKeon leading with their Scripps United Ball Club 3-0.
She's gotten 3 goals.
If this was hockey, McKeon would have hats thrown out there on a surface. They call it a hat trick in hockey if you score 3 goals. Maybe soccer should come up with something that they throw out there. No. Delay that one. Take that one out of there. Couple of substitutions coming into the contest now. And we'll get those for you, San Marcos now. Trying to put some fresh bodies out there to try to see if they can get something going on the offensive end. And Melissa Barnes now. And down in the middle, Ashley Gray. Gray trying to get her left foot on it, but the save is made by Kristen Williams. In the contest now is Chelsea Knight for San Marcos. Chelsea Knight is number 2 out there. And the ball is coming towards her. And this one is sent into the defensive half. by Allison Tilley. And running it down there is Meyer. Meyer kicks it out of play to the far side. 3-0 the score. Scripps United now with a somewhat commanding lead in a game of soccer, especially with time moving down to about 14 minutes or less. Unofficially, here's McKeon, has been dangerous in this half, and it is kicked out of play there. Doing a fine job there. San Marcos defense. And Jessica Morgan. Morgan, watch, it goes overhead, but filling the defense in that corner of the 18-yard box was Meyer. And Meyer gets it out of play. But doing that, it's going to be a Megan Allman corner kick. And a Megan Allman corner kick was behind the goal net. And we're going to have some more substitutions. San Marcos, again, like I say, the head coach trying to get some fresh people into the contest. See if they can get something going on the offensive end. They've been able to put the ball in the net. They scored 5 goals against the Nomads, so they can put them in the net. They just haven't been able to do it in this contest yet. As Scripps United has found the opportunities with Lisa McKeon in and around that 18-yard box, and she has the 3 goals, and they have the 3-0 lead. And the defender able to make a nice defensive play, or actually that was Scripps United trying to score a goal, and that was a nice save. Amy Clisby is into contest number 14 for San Marcos. That was the last substitution. It's around Gray, around Olwell, and Meyer, it goes around her. Meyer's trying to run it down, though. Meyer has it on her foot and sends it to the far side, trying to be kept in by Weiler. And she can't do it, so San Marcos with the throw-in, Ashley Gray to Clisby, intercepted. Gray. And now it is sent back up. Here is Von Kalinowski. Carey still advancing the ball, sends it over towards the box, and it is blocked and knocked out of play by Bramble. Holly Bramble doing a good job to help out her goaltender. However, it will be the corner kick, this time from the far side. Again, the same person in Megan Allman. Might want to try to get a banana kick, and it will curve over, but it's intercepted. San Marcos now. Off the body there of Olwell. Advanced up the field now. Ashley Gray trying to run it down. Gray can't get to it as the defenders of Scripps get to it first. However, they are able to keep the counterattack going now. And here's Megan. Barnes shoots, and it goes over the net. What a save by Williams. And Williams has had the measure of satisfaction in the goal nets today, as she has been able to make the play when needed. And Barnes, a nice shot, and Barnes has to be kind of with a deep sigh, noting that that one could have very well went in the net. Again, the advantage for Scripps playing at this end is because that wind is going to kind of stop the ball a little bit. As if it might have been on the other end, that one could have very well been too tough to handle for Williams. Here's Allman. Allman with a burst of steam around Morgan. Centers it to McKeon, but she can't get to it. She runs it down. McKeon with the 3 goals, but the defenders get to it and send it out of the box, but it's in the box again. McKeon now can't get to it. It goes to the outside. Weiler. And advanced up the field on a counterattack play now. Chelsea Knight. And it goes off. And out of play to the far side. 3-0 to score. And Scripps United leading in this championship game of the girls under 12. That might have been a substitution there for San Marcos. Shannon Switzer coming into the contest. The throw-in intercepted now, and Megan Allman will have the throw-in this time, as she has done a lot of corner kicking in the second half. Very successful. Her throw-ins have a lot of velocity on them also. That one is intercepted by the defense, and it'll be another throw-in for Allman. Allman on a bounce this time. It goes around a couple of defenders, and it just misses the near post and goes out of play. So now it'll be a goal kick for San Marcos, unless one of the defenders of San Marcos touched it first. And it looks like they did, so it's going to be a corner kick again for Allman. She's had about 4 of those here in the second half. Allman, it is deflected behind the goal, and it's going to be another corner kick. 3-0 your score, as McKeon has scored all the goals in this contest. McKeon for Scripps scored the first one in the first half, and she was assisted by Shaw, and then it's kind of a two-touch play, and then now she scored the goals here in the second half. The 2 goals to make it 3-0. As it is intercepted by San Marcos and now sent up the field with Ashley Shaw. Shaw being marked there closely by Allison Tilley. And it is sent down towards the 18-yard box, and Bucher will get to it. Asia Sims intercepts, and Sims sends it over. Kirsten Matson off of her foot, and now over to Christofferson. Christofferson around her, and now towards the 18-yard box. San Marcos now, as Fariba went down on that play. Here's going to be a throw-in for Scripps. Down to about 5 minutes left to play in a contest, and San Marcos has got to get some offense going right now, as they're down 3-0 in this contest. Ball heading upfield. And now it's sent down towards Bucher. And of course, just content to play keep away is Scripps United, especially at this juncture in the contest, to try to win a championship in a girls under 12. Sent down to the middle to Allman. And nice job there. Coming to help out was Morgan, Jessica Morgan. Off of Sims and to the wide side now. Advancing it up the field, but then intercepting on a nice play was Tilley. Tilley over to Weiler. Weiler now trying to get around 2 defenders, still staying tough. Here's Gray. Gray in a long ball, looking for somebody with some space, trying to get Barnes to run onto it, but she can't do it as it was intercepted and advanced up the field. Kept in by San Marcos now, and it goes out of play. However, the United will have the throw-in. The throwback to Kristen Williams. And Williams intercepted by Gray. Gray trying to find Barnes, but it's taken away. And now back up to the middle. Sims, a couple of bodies falling out, and Sims sends it across the midfield. But Morgan comes back with the answer. And on the foot now, and a long shot, long distance shot there by Amy Clisby. But that one was saved by Williams. Moving it up now is Meyer. Meyer, as it goes around, there's Chelsea Knight trying to run onto it. Clisby has it. Clisby with the left foot. It's blocked. Clisby trying to get it again. Can't do it, as kicked up is Sims all the way down into the defensive half and just buys more time for the United as they lead by 3 goals. Kariba trying to center it, and it is, and a save made by Bucher, and Bucher just showed there how her team has made it to this championship game, as they have played good defense, but she has been very, very good throughout the tournament, as they had only given up 2 goals coming into this contest. And to be able to make that kind of a play that she did, one of her coaches, one of the coaches actually was a coach for Arkansas, and he coached the goaltenders. He was a goalie. And of course his other coach, the head coach from Baylor University, her team not winning today, losing 3-0, but these girls for San Marcos, the Strikers, have had a good season and a good tournament, a young team. But today the margin of victory goes to Scripps United, as both sets of parents will come up with the London Bridges. And the girls kind of run underneath those as they kind of come home with the victory for Scripps United in this one on Lisa McKeon's foot, scoring 3 goals. We hope you enjoyed this contest from the Coronado K's. I'm Greg Porter, and you've been watching the filming of Dan Roper for George Langevin Video Sports Productions. So stick around as both sets of teams will come towards us. You see some of the parents have been involved and spent a lot of their time being with their daughters throughout the course of the season in the final game of the county tournament today. And at climax, both of the teams first and second in the county and the under 12, but Scripps United in the white and blue winning it for 1996. Stick around and we'll have some closing comments and maybe some interviews from some of the girls that participated in today's game. We'll be right back.
Let's hear from both teams.
I just want to say congratulations to the other team.
Okay, first of all, I'd like to thank the parents from Scripps for being so supportive and encouraging your girls all the way through what's been a roller coaster ride of a year. I also would like to thank San Marcos for coming out and giving us one heck of a final. You girls played really well. Good. Okay, first, this is definitely a team sport, not an individual sport, and I got the bad news on Thursday night that someone broke their foot, but she's just as much part of this team as anyone else, and that's Arlene. Okay, Tina, the birthday girl. Okay. Emily. Kristen Matson. Leslie. Aaron. Allison. And Lindsay. Asia. Jamie. Karen. Okay, and the two ladies of the match are hat trick goal scorer Lisa. And at the other end of the field, Kristen Williams with the shutout. I'd also like Rick Matson to come on up and thank Rick for everything he's done this year. And we got everyone. Megan had to go. Megan had to go early. We got Megan, so yeah, that's it. That's it. Yeah. Okay, thanks again. Take care, Megan. Yeah, let's go somewhere.
Any of the girls that would like to have a couple of words with us and stuff on camera, we can be right out there. You don't have to.
Leslie.
Leslie, okay, I got it. Okay. Okay, and we're back here with the Scripps United Championship team here. 3 girls right here, and this is Leslie Weiler, right?
Yeah.
And what position you play out there, Leslie?
Left midfield.
Is that a good position to play, or is that one of those positions where you really have to try to focus and keep your mind in there?
Well, I like it a lot, except I hate shooting with my left foot.
Yeah. Play team, right?
Yeah.
Okay, we're here with Leslie Weiler. Leslie, to the far side there, you play a midfield position, and your coach, what does he tell you to do, and what has he told you to do throughout this whole tournament in the County Cup?
He's told me that always right before I shoot, I should take a trap first.
And what is that?
What is what?
A trap.
Oh, stopping the ball, like getting it at your feet.
Right. And that's good. It seems like you've done that well. You did that well today. You helped out your offense a whole bunch. And it seems like you've scored some goals. In fact, I heard that you scored the first goal to get it started this year for your team.
Yeah, we scored. I scored our first goal in our tournament.
Who was that against?
Brats.
France.
Yeah.
Okay. What school you go to, Leslie?
Wagenheim Middle School.
Like that school?
Yeah.
All right. Let me talk to your teammate here, the one that scored what they call in hockey a hat trick, 3 goals today, Lisa McKeon. Lisa, it was a fun game out there for you today. It seemed like it.
I was really surprised that I could even score a goal because this was my first goal in the whole season. And I really scored them for Tina because it's her birthday today.
Your birthday today, huh, Tina?
Yeah.
Well, happy birthday.
Thank you.
Okay, in the first half, you guys scored the one goal. You know that this is a team that is a real tough team to score against, but they're also a team that can put it in the net. What was your, I'd say, thought as far as what would transpire in the second half? What did you think they were going to try to do to try to make it tough for you guys to score?
I knew that they were gonna have harder defense because and they always had someone on me, like on the corner kicks and the penalty kicks. They never let me go anywhere, but I still got by them and still got a few in.
Right. It seemed like you were still able to get your foot on the ball, and on one of the shots, you were just able to turn your hips and get enough velocity on the ball to make the play.
Yeah, I was facing one way, and then I just turned, and I just took a trap and shot it.
That's good offensive skills. It seems like your coach has taught you a lot of things. What does he teach you as far as to be mindful in your game?
He just teaches us all he can teach. He's a really good coach. He can teach us how to use our support, and so if we need help, then we can just do a turn and get support. And he tells us to center it so someone else can play the ball, and I have been doing that. I've been trying to, at least. And he just teaches us all he can.
And it seems like it works real well for you guys. What school you go to, Lisa?
The same, Wagenheim Middle School.
Okay. You like that one?
Yeah.
What's your favorite subject over?
PE. Because we're playing soccer right now.
Right. Okay, well, let me talk to the birthday girl, Tina. Tina, you scored a couple of goals in this tournament, right?
Yeah, this morning.
Okay. This morning to beat, what was it? What team was that?
PQ.
PQ Express? Yeah. They're a pretty good team. What was the nature of that game? I mean, was that a game similar to this one where, they came out kind of tough and then you guys had to find a way to break through and score? Or what happened?
Well, they didn't come out as tough as the
team you played today, right?
Yeah, did, but they came out pretty tough, and it's just I got one on one of Megan's throw-ins because it came like all the way back, and I just trapped it and it went through the goalie's feet.
Oh, that's neat. It seems like you were putting pressure. I remember one play you were running really hard, and the game was, in this game against San Marcos, was basically somewhat out of reach at that point late in the game, but you still were running hard to try to make something happen. You just were feeling good today. It was your birthday.
Yeah.
What school you go to, Tina?
Wagenheim Middle School.
That's a good school?
Yeah.
All righty. Well, congratulations, girls. Let me talk to some of your teammates, and good luck in the future. You guys going to be back for playing State Cup?
No.
Okay.
Because we're last in our regular season, we can't.
Okay, well, hey, I'm sure you'll be around to play again for this team next year, and good luck in the future. Bye. We're back here with Allison Tilley and Aaron Stites. Aaron, what position you play out?
Left forward and sometimes left defender.
Okay. You seem to be doing all you could to try and make some things happen to help out that offensive thrust. They seem like they had the ball in their half, in your half of the field, your defensive half of the field, in a good portion of that first half, and then some things started to happen for you guys. But the main thing is you guys came out blazing in the second half.
Yeah, that's really good because we really deserved to win because in the season we didn't really do too well, so it's really good for our spirit, to win some.
Well, you win the championship. That's great. It seems like you girls you like each other and you get along real well and you understand the game. Who helps you with that? Is that your coach or is that your parents maybe say a few words, or just all you guys try and help each other out?
Well, we all try and help people, our teammates out, and our parents sometimes give us advice for next time, and our coach really helps us to understand the game a little better.
What school you go to, Aaron?
I go to Wagenheim Middle School.
That seems like that's the big school. You like that one?
Yeah, it's fun.
Okay, let me talk to your teammate here, Ashley. Allison, let me get this right. And Allison, you played a good game out there. You also, when you're out there, you also have to be, mindful of what's going on out there. Was this a good field to play in today? I mean, as far as just, you know, the way the grass is and everything? And
It was a little bit muddy, but it was pretty good, yeah.
what is the thing that your coaches tell you to do when the chips are down? I know you guys have had some times in the tournament. I'm sure you guys played the Brats. It was a pretty tough game. What was the nature of that game, and did that help you guys for today?
Well, we learned to be aggressive on that game because we hadn't really played very aggressive teams, but that was really aggressive team.
Right. And you guys won your group because you beat them in head-to-head competition because you end up tied.
What?
Well, you guys end up tied in points. You know, you get so many points for winning that, and then because you beat them, you guys went on to win your group. Today, you know, you win the championship. Have you ever won the championship in any soccer game before? I mean, any, team?
Yeah, we won in the Coronado tournament, first place.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Well, so you guys have won some championships before.
Yeah.
Okay. You've had a good season. Well, thanks for coming out, and Aaron, and good luck in the future. Okay, we're going to start with Lindsay Christopherson. Lindsay, you got these two Presidio Cup medallions here, and what do they symbolize?
Well, first of all, that we're a good attacking team. We do good, and we're really proud of ourselves. And plus that we have a great coach, and our parents help us keep our spirits up along with our teammates.
Well, it seems like you guys do, and that was very well said. What position you play out there, Lindsay?
I play left defender.
Playing defender, it's always a tough position, because they're always putting the pressure, and the rest of your forwards and the rest of your teammates are saying, hey, you guys got to make the plays. But you guys did that today, and especially in the second half when they seem to want to turn on you guys and try and get something going. You still stay tough. Who gets you that mindset? Who tells you to play tough out there?
Well, our coach, and most of all, probably my dad. He keeps telling me to be aggressive, and that's one of the number one things about the game.
Has your game developed a whole lot since you first started playing soccer?
Yeah, this is actually my first year playing competitive, and I've come from rec and done a lot of improvement, especially going from right forward to left defender.
What school you go to?
Wagenheim Middle School.
And I take it you probably like that one.
Yes.
Okay, thanks. Let me talk to your teammate here, Asia Sims. Who gave you that name, Asia? That's a neat name.
My mom gave me that name. It's from a record from Steely Dan. It's a song he wrote.
Yeah, I remember that. And that was a good album back in those days. Unfortunately, I was around back in those days as a teenager. But today seemed like you were all over the field and stuff, especially in that midfield area, and really helping out your teammates to try to get some things going offensively. You have an opportunity at times to really try to play a long ball game with them, and you do that. Who gets you into that? Who taught you how to do that?
Well, I've been playing for 5 years, and my first coach was Larry Safranek, and I was with him for 4 of those years, and he was really a really good coach. He was really determined to win, and he taught me most of what I know. Right,
and it showed out there today, and that really helps your team. When you have somebody, a player that can do those types of things, as well as McKeon that's able to get in there in that 18-yard box and get some shots on the goaltender. And then again, you have the defense. There's no doubt why you guys won the championship. So where do you go from here?
I really don't know. Home.
Disneyland or something else different, right? You guys aren't going to be in the State Cup, but you guys come back next year. You're going to be on the team.
Yeah.
Okay, well, good luck next year. And first, before I go, let me find out what school you go to.
Wagenheim.
Any subject or anything you like doing over there?
No.
Just like going to that school, huh? All right, well, thanks, girls, and good luck in the future. Okay, let's go with Arlene Stoll, right? Okay, Arlene, the first thing I'm going to ask you is your foot. How did you break your foot? unfortunately, you weren't able to play in today's game.
At school, we were playing four corners, and my foot twisted, and then somebody accidentally stepped on it and broke it.
I know I'm not even going to ask you the pain because I've been very fortunate. I've never broke my foot, but you know, you have the ankle sprains and stuff like that. But as it looks like Chris Volk just got showered with a little bit of water, not the Gatorade, but the water. What position you play, and how was your play throughout the tournament that you felt?
I think I play stopper, and I liked when I was playing, but then Thursday I broke my foot, so I couldn't play the rest of it.
How'd you feel about the tournament up till Thursday?
I thought we were doing good, and that we had a chance to come and win, and we did.
Well, it seems like obviously, you know, you guys help out a lot, and you got interchangeable parts, so to speak. I mean, you're out of today's game, but yet everybody else comes in and fills that area because they're a team that can put it in the net. So who, you know, your coaches and everybody says to help each other out and do certain things. What is the thing that you take with you in playing on this team?
That we don't just win as a team. We don't win for one person. All the team does it, and we don't just lose by one person. The whole team loses together.
What school you go to?
I go to school of the Madeline.
What's the name of it?
School of the Madeline.
Oh, you like it?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Let me talk to your teammate, and you are?
Jamie.
Jamie, and your last name?
Ewald.
Jamie Ewald. Jamie, what position you play out there?
Sweeper.
Sweeper. Jamie, you a lot of times had a lot of pressure on you, and you still were tough out there making the plays, making sure that they didn't get any really good angle shots, and making sure that the ball went out of play whenever, you know, you had a situation that you guys were in deep trouble. Barnes was really tough, wasn't she? Melissa Barnes, 00.
Oh yeah, she was.
I'm sure you didn't know her name, but I thought I'd give you that number, and you know, I'm sure in the first half, I'm sure your coach told you guys something going into the second half as far as what Barnes and their whole team might try to do. What did he tell you?
Well, he said that they usually cut to the side when they dribbling down to the goal, and that we need to cover them and like to play tough, because usually when we're like winning, we sometimes like don't play as hard and they come back. Right.
Well, it seems like you guys had the measure of everything today. You guys really played hard, and I think you got a lot of success coming to you in the future. What is the school you go to?
Wagenheim.
And what's the big subject over there? What's the big thing to do at Wagenheim? If I was a kid and I was getting ready to go to that school.
Well, you have like 6 classes, and then.
And you just kind of is everybody pretty cool at that school?
Yeah. It's fun.
So that way I wouldn't feel like, you know, I'm going to a school where it's going to be tough on me and stuff.
No.
All right. Well, thanks, girls, and good luck in the future. And definitely, you know, good luck with that foot of yours. And you take care. And for the cameras, and you are?
Emily Shaw.
Emily, today, you know, playing stopper, you did a real good job. I mean, anybody that, you know, watching this videotape, you know, would say, well, you know, that's pretty much what a stopper has to do. And you know, got that attack going for him quite a bit. Playing stopper, you know, what is probably the most important thing that you got to remember as a stopper?
Well, my coach always says to cover my girl so she doesn't get out and score. But I think that's true, and also to stop anybody else who's coming down.
And you really did a good job of that. Your defenders are ever mindful of each other and coming out there to help. Your goaltender did a great job today. What is the thing that you guys have probably done better in this tournament than you did during the regular season, since that you didn't really have a super successful regular season, but you get here and you win the championship? What did you guys do different?
Well, I think we hustled a lot more, and in the season we lost every single game. But I think, yeah, we hustled a lot more, and we got control of the ball and kept it. most of the time.
So it's kind of neat that the tournament says, well, hey, you know, we'll invite whoever wants to come into the County Cup and see how it goes.
Yeah, I guess.
What school you go to?
I go to Francis Parker.
Do you like that school?
Yeah, I like it a lot. Yeah.
They have a high school named Francis Parker, don't they?
Yeah, it's a Francis Parker lower school and a middle school and a high school.
Right. And they do a lot of things over there that are very successful. Okay, let me talk to your teammate here. And you are?
Carrie Von Kalnaski.
Carrie, today was a day when you had to do a lot of running all over the field, but you were there from side to side and trying to cut off the angles and put a lot of pressure and mark their top players. How did you feel about your play today and just the team, the way they played all today, even the game before against PQ?
I think we did really good, and I'm proud of us.
Yeah. Well, you should be, because, you know, anytime you can play teamwork like that, you know, and keep the ball in the right place and help each other out, that's great. Your coaches and, you know, your parents have to put a lot of time and effort and stuff. How do you think about their effort this whole year?
I think they did a good job.
Getting you guys to the games, making sure you guys knew what was going on and stuff. Of course, the weather was good this year, too, wasn't it?
Yeah.
What school you go to?
Wagenheim.
Okay. Well, over at Wagenheim, what's your favorite subject?
Probably PE.
PE? Okay. All righty. Well, thanks very much. I appreciate it. And good luck in the future, girls. Congratulations on the championship. Okay, we're here with the goaltender, Kristen Williams and Kristen Matson. Let's go with the goalie, the championship goalie today, Kristen Williams. Kristen, this was one of those games that there's a lot of things that you're thinking about, but what did you try to focus on today?
Well, I just tried to focus on not trying to think about winning, but just trying to stop the goals. And that's basically it, and trying to hustle, so.
Well, that's great because you don't want to put a lot of pressure on yourself. You know that you've got your teammates out there, and they're going to try to do the best they can to help you out. And then in the second half, you had some other things to help you out, namely the win. But, you know, you got your defense played real well. And how long have you been playing goaltender for this team?
Only 3 years.
3 years.
Yeah.
And that's a long time. What is the thing the biggest progress that you've seen in your game?
Well, I think the biggest progress is that we started working as a team and scoring goals. Because in the season we couldn't score any goals because we weren't working as a team, and that.
So it just seemed to all come together in the tournament, right?
Yeah.
And what a culmination today for your championship. You know, the only thing I can say is that will you be back next year?
Yeah, I think so.
All right. Okay, well, good luck in the future. You played great today. You made some great saves, and you really kept your team in the ball game. And then, of course, they were able to pull away for the 3-0 victory. Let me talk to your teammate here, Kristen Madsen. Kristen, what position you play out there?
Right halfback.
Right halfback. Okay. Being a right halfback, what is the thing that you got to think about when you play right halfback?
Following up your forward so you can give support if they're downfield.
Right. And it seemed like you were doing that quite a bit when you were in the contest. You know, a lot of times they seem like they would have a counterattack that was really seeming to put a lot of pressure that come from both sides and down the middle, and especially those down the middle plays. But you guys still made it tough for them to really get a good shot. Does your coach tell you how to do things like that?
Well, kind of. He just tells us to stay in our positions, and if we know that a person on the team's like real fast or a good player, will cover them tightly.
Yeah, kind of like Melissa Barnes today, right?
I guess.
In a sense. Okay. Well, you know, you guys had a great tournament and culminated what was an interesting season, but obviously the things that were negative, you guys were able to turn around in the tournament, and it makes it a lot of fun to play soccer, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, good luck in the future. But first of all, before I go, what school you go to?
Wagenheim.
Okay. Well, good luck at Wagenheim. I've heard that's a good school. And good luck in the future, girls. Earlier, and who would have known?
Not me. Never know going into it.
Okay. Chris Volk, we're here with the championship coach of the girls under 12, the Scripps United Ball Club. And this United Ball Club is just that, United.
Well, we've had a really difficult year this year. During our league play, 14-game season, we lost 13 and tied 1. Managed to score only 2 goals all season. It was really frustrating for the girls to step on the field feeling as if they were already defeated. And we had a good tournament back before Christmas, Coronado tournament. They stuck through that one, 2-2 tie, 7 rounds of penalty kicks, and came away with a winner there. And it was nice the way we finished this tournament as well with County Cup, and it's good. Hopefully they can build upon that and take what they've learned this year into next year.
You know, that particular game you mentioned, the Coronado tournament, might have been the turning point. Anytime you have to go against a team and, you know, you got that kind of a situation, you know, that's the toughest of situations. And then to come out of that with the victory and stuff, I mean, that might have been the turning point. Right?
Yeah. Well, I think what really gave the girls a lot of confidence coming into the semifinal this morning, the final, was the game against the Brats, which is one of the more premier clubs within San Diego County, and we were a 0-0 draw at halftime, and the scoring went 4-3. We came out the victor after 25 minutes, 7 goals in 25 minutes, but I think that really gave them a big boost coming into this weekend.
All right, you win that group, was it Group A or Group C? Group C, and then you go on and you get here today, and the game earlier today was one where, you know, it just kind of set up this one for you.
Yeah, I was a little concerned. I mean, we scored 5 goals this morning. I was concerned whether or not we had any goals left in the bag, you know. But we created good chances. Lisa really stepped up. I think she had a stellar day. You know, anytime a player can score 3 goals in a game, I mean, that's a pretty, you know, miraculous feat.
Yeah, she definitely pulled them out of the bag.
Yeah, definitely. So, and I felt that, you know, goalkeeper kept it nice and solid in the back. It was a whole team effort. You know, every girl went out and gave it their all.
Right.
So.
Well, thank you very much, and you know, good luck in the future. You know, you're going to be coaching this team next year.
I knew you were going to get me on tape on this one, and I just want to tell the parents thank you. It's been a great year, and if I don't return, best of luck to all of you and your girls. So, thanks.
So, what will you do if you don't return?
I'm in the market of being pursued by other clubs within the San Diego County, so I have to make the best decision for myself right now, so in my future.
Well, congratulations, Chris, and good luck in whatever you do.
Okay.
And that'll do it here from the Coronado K's. We hope you enjoyed this contest, where the final score was 3-0 on Lisa McKeon's goals against a fine ball club from San Marcos, the Strikers. Until next time, God bless and take care. Bye now. Good luck in the future.